Hello and welcome back to NRI Pulse. I'm your host Namita. Nawazuddin Siddiqui just returned to the stage after 25 years and Team NRI Pulse was there in Atlanta to witness it. Here's our full report. Bollywood actor Nawazuddin Siddiqui recently wrapped up a successful multi-city US tour with Naqaab, marking his return to live theatre after nearly 3 decades. The play premiered in Chicago on July 17th and traveled across 9 US cities, including Houston, New York, Dallas, New Jersey, and Atlanta, before concluding in San Jose on August 1st. And when Naqaab arrived in Atlanta on July 26th, it was a packed house. So, what exactly is Naqaab about, and who's on that stage with him? Let's break it down. Billed as a Bollywood Broadway-style comedy thriller, Naqaab combines comedy, drama, mystery and suspense, with Nawazuddin taking on multiple characters, each with a different look, name, accent and personality. And watching him switch between these characters is easily one of the biggest highlights of the show. In Atlanta, Nawazuddin once again proved why he is considered one of the finest actors of his generation. His comic timing, expressions, and effortless character changes kept the audience engaged, with even a few of his iconic film dialogues getting cheers from the crowd. But this wasn't just Nawazuddin's show. The play also marked the stage debut of his daughter Shora Siddiqui. At 15 and having grown up largely in the US and Dubai, Shora took on a challenging Hindi theatrical role and showed real promise, particularly with her voice modulation and emotional intensity. Actress Shruti Deshpande completed the 3-member cast, and she emerged as one of the strongest performers of the evening. Her stage presence was powerful, especially during some of the play's most tense moments, and she helped anchor the production between the veteran actor and the young debutante.
A performer who brings elegance, authority and confidence to her role. Shruti Deshpande as Inspector Agni Srivastava. Make some noise for the charming, talented and absolutely adorable young performer, making her theatrical debut, Shora Siddiqui as Niyati Kapoor.
The set design also deserves a mention. The production created a convincing Delhi police station and some clever staging, including a video call sequence featuring Nawazuddin physically present on the stage. The writing brings in contemporary references, including the Jantar Mantar protest in Delhi. But the mystery itself is perhaps where the play falls a little short. With only 3 actors on stage, the identity of the murderer becomes fairly easy to guess. The real surprise, however, is the motive. What starts as a comic mystery eventually turns into a much more serious story about child abuse and society's silence around it. And that shift gives Naqaab an unexpected emotional weight.
लेकिन इन सब बड़ी बड़ी बातों के पीछे कभी कभी एक छोटा सा बच्चा घुट रहा होता है, चुपचाप धीरे धीरे, क्योंकि उसको सिखाया जाता है कि बोलोगे तो बदनामी हो, बताओगे तो घर टूट जाएगा। और बच्चा सोचता है कि मैं चुप रहूंगा तो घर बच जाएगा। ये अकेले नहीं थे, उसके आसपास भी बहुत सारे लोग थे, लेकिन सुनने वाले लोग थे। और जब हम सुनते नहीं थे तो बच्चा पहले अपनी आवाज खो देता है, फिर अपना भरोसा और आखिर में अपना रास्ता।
We also caught up with the man behind the script, writer-director Paritosh Painter. Here's what he had to say. Paritosh Painter, the writer and the director of the play and the man behind films like Dhamal, Total Dhamal and Dhamal 4, spoke to us about the challenge of keeping 3 actors on stage and sustaining suspense and comedy throughout the evening.
So I've been doing comedy all my life. All my plays, my films have been all comedies. The one which is recently released is called Dhamal 4. I've been doing comedies, and when Nawaz bhai called me that he wants to do something with his daughter, so I was like, I don't know what to present to you, because he's done so many kinds of roles, so many varied kinds of role, and I had just one opportunity with him because I had to present him something which would excite him. And so that's where I thought I should try something different, which I have never done. And I presented him with this concept of a thriller. So he naturally wanted to do something with his daughter, and that's the reason he wanted to do theatre. And so yes, he told me कि यार परी मैं तो शौरा के साथ कुछ करना है, इसको कुछ concept present कर, and then I went back and I thought of this concept and I presented to him. He loved it because it was challenging for him because he's doing multiple roles, and not only he's doing multiple roles, but because it's theater, he gets just 30 to 40 seconds after every role to get into a new character, change his costumes, and come out as a new character. So that was also challenging for him, and he accepted it, and it's come out beautifully well. So yes.
So what was it like directing Nawazuddin?
Initially, I was a little scared actually, because how can somebody like me give directions to an actor who's done everything that one actor needs to do. But he was very receptive. Whenever I would give him a suggestion, give him an idea, or throw something at him, he was very receptive. Also, his daughter, I had to train her because
Is this her first role?
this is her first. It's a debut, and she has a very strong English background because she studied in Dubai in an American school. So we had to really start from scratch, and she had to get her Hindi right, and she really put in a lot of effort and a lot of hard work. So we had to sit with her also and get everything done. But he also, was very supportive. He used to, so he hasn't missed even a single rehearsal. He would cancel his film shooting to be a part of the rehearsal. So yes, and this is the result of that.
Painter also had high praises for the Atlanta audience, telling us that Atlanta was their best audience on the US tour.
So what
And
did you
now-
think of the Atlanta audience?
Beautiful. This was the best audience, I think.
The Atlanta show was presented on July 26 at the Byers Theater at the Sandy Spring Performing Arts Center by the Aligarh Alumni Association of Atlanta in collaboration with the nhfus.org and the Indo-American Cultural Association. NRI Pulse was proud to be the media partner for the Atlanta show. During the welcome address, the organizers also highlighted community work beyond the stage, recognizing Raksha and its executive director Aparna Bhattacharya for their work supporting women and survivors.
अपर्णा भट्टाचार्य यहाँ पर मौजूद है मेरे ख्याल में उनके लिए भरपूर तारीफ।
For Atlanta audience, Naqaab was much more than a celebrity theater appearance.
हमें उम्मीद भी नहीं थी उससे ज़्यादा हमें
People walked out with mixed reaction to the play itself, but there was one thing everyone seemed thrilled about: watching Nawazuddin Siddiqui back in action on stage.
The phenomenal Mr. Nawazuddin Siddiqui.
And for an Atlanta audience that spent its Sunday evening laughing, guessing, applauding, and eventually reflecting on a serious social message, it was certainly a Sunday evening well spent. What an unforgettable night in Atlanta. Seeing a legend like Nawazuddin Siddiqui share the stage with his daughter Shora gave this suspenseful story a surprising amount of heart. Naqaab absolutely lived up to the hype. If you want more event coverage like this, smash that like button, subscribe, and tell us in the comments. Till next time, this is your host Namita signing off. Take care and bye-bye.